Hello, it's Domain Dave again from cheapwinefinder.com. Another wine review today for a wine we wrote up, cheapwinefinder.com website, 3 value price wines a week, and then 3 podcasts, each one companion to the review. Today we're doing a cheapie. It's $7.99. It's from Aldi. And it's called the Scarlet Path Old Vine Lodi Zinfandel 2022. I picked it up because it had a new label. I thought, is it new? Or anything else new about it other than the label? It doesn't seem to be. It seems the same producer. There's a big family-owned organic wine producer in Monterey, although this is Old Vine Zinfandel from Lodi. But it's the same producer, and that producer's a big family-owned winery out of Monterey, and they do wines for just about everybody out there. They have their own labels. They have about 7 or 8 brands of their own, and they made wines for Aldi, Trader Joe's, I believe Costco too. They're big players. They have a lot of vineyards, and they make good wine, and they make good value price wine. So this is always good. Let's see what I can tell you about this one. Old Vine Zinfandel. I'm just reading before I did that the largest concentration of old vines in California is in Lodi, and it's old vines that are on the original root stock. Because nowadays they graft vines to roots, and it doesn't matter what the root is. It could be a root of any grape. Once the main shoot forms and bonds with that, it's that grape now. But this is the original. These are so old. These are originally planted vines. So that's a good thing. A natural rootstock is something that people look for. Not that there's a lot of vines out there are grafted and they make great wines, but this is the way it's supposed to be, kind of. And they got these wines from local vineyards in Lodi. Lodi is in a river valley that stems from the San Pablo Bay, which is east of Oakland. And the winds come down that valley, and even though Lodi is kind of in the central valley, not the central coast, it's inland. It's the river valleys are colder than everywhere else, and has these winds come through and the fog come through. So it does really well for like red grapes and even white grapes that could use a little heat, and this gets the heat. And one of the things it also has, it can be 95 during the day, and it drops to 50 at night, which is exactly what these vines and these grapes want. I'm going to take a sip. And it is a jammy, juicy Zinfandel with a little bit of spice, a little bit of interest. Got a nice nose. It's got a savory nose. It is a nice $8 Zinfandel. It's one of those wines that you will get your money's worth at $8. There's nothing wrong with it. It tastes great. I've noticed on doing a little research on it, it's gotten silver medals at SOM events where they're grading wines and what have you. And that means silver medal means it gets 80 to 90 to 89 points, which, everybody, it has to be 90 points, but no, $7 wines are perfectly good in the 80 point. And who knows? I mean, if a SOM thinks it's 89, you could think it means 99. You don't care. You like it, it's good. It's a dry wine, touch of sweetness to it, but nectar sweetness. Just that kind of little bit of a nice roundness to the fruit. It's got black pepper. It's got some contrasting flavors going to it, so it's not just a boring little thing. It's got some interest to it, and it's a $7.99 wine. What else do you want, really? And it says Zinfandel. Zinfandel's Primitivo in Italy. They're 2 different grapes. Somehow, when it switched from one side to the other, Primitivo grapes all ripen at the same time in Italy, whereas Zinfandel grapes on a one bunch could be perfectly ripe, too ripe, not ripe enough, which kind of makes Zinfandel have a little bit of weirdness to it because it grows funny. But it's something that people look forward to because you're not going to get a uniform wine. You're going to get things a little bit different. So there you go. This $7.99 Aldi wine, the Scarlet Path Old Vine Lodi Zinfandel 2022. 2022 has a new label. It used to have a satin label with a red S. This one's got a woman in a dress walking through a vineyard, and she's carrying a long red scarf, and as it trails behind her, it forms an S. It looks pretty nice. It's a nice packaging. It's a nice wine. It's a good wine. It's a good packaging. It's a good price. So what else can I say? So there you go. It's the domain DaveCheapWinefinder.com. This was the Scarlet Path, again, Old Vine Lodi Zinfandel 2022. It's a good value price wine. If you're looking for a little red wine, you could do a lot worse. So adios. Keep it cheap. Bye-bye.